What is going on YouTube? Carlo here. Welcome to the vlog. This is the channel where we talk about sneakers, life, and tech. And for this episode, I am excited to bring you my full review, my full on-feet review of the Nike Vapormax 2019 in black and silver. Actually reminds me a lot of two characters, Venom and Megatron. So maybe we can call this like the Vapormax Venom or something. But yeah, stay tuned for the review. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure that you do so because we are giving away a brand new Nike Air Force 1 in your size. All you have to do is to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, hit the notification bell, and then click the link down below so you guys can see the rest of the mechanics for the giveaway. What are you waiting for? Go! I have reviewed a lot of Vapormaxes on this channel, from the Air Max Vapormaxes to the Vapormax Flyknit and to a bunch of other Vapormaxes that came out in the past. In fact, I'll put a link down below to a playlist so you guys can like binge watch all my Vapormax videos if you feel like it. Now, among all the Vapormaxes I have reviewed, this is probably the easiest to love and the easiest to recommend. For this vlog, we'll talk about three things. First, we'll talk about the technology that you guys have on the sneaker. And then we'll talk about the style. And lastly, we will talk about the on-feet experience. When it comes to the technology, one thing that didn't change was the full air midsole that you guys see here at the bottom. This is the hallmark of the Vapormax line of sneakers. You have that full air thing that you have here at the bottom, which has its pros and cons, which I will talk about during our on-feet experience part of this video. What did have a lot of changes though is really the upper. The previous Vapormaxes used to rock the Flyknit material of Nike, which is really more on the flexibility, the breathability, that second skin kind light of experience, which I think not a lot of people, which is a bit polarizing. It's either you love it or you hate it. Now, what they did though was they changed it to what they are calling their next skin upper or next skin technology, which is actually very reminiscent and very similar to the Nike Element React series, the upper that they use for the Nike Element React. So this is actually translucent, guys. You just don't see through it because there is another like underlay behind it or beneath it that covers the rest of the feet. So if you try to wear like bright socks, it won't show. This is not fully translucent like the Zoom Fly or the Element React 55 and 87. Great thing about next skin, the stretch woven translucent material used for the upper, is that it is lightweight and at the same time it is water durable, water resistant, and a part of that, it is easier to clean than your typical knit material. On top of that, it adds a little more structure to the upper, something that a lot of people who used to rock the previous Vapormaxes complained about the Flyknit upper. Now, the previous Vapormax also rocked Flywire. That's the lacing system that they used to be able to give you better foot containment. Instead of that, we have like this heel cage that can be seen along the lateral and the medial side, those triangular things that hold the laces, the fatter laces together. And I think it does the same thing as Flyknit, Flywire rather, wherein it helps with foot containment because it pulls together the entire upper of the sneaker when you tie and pull the laces. Now, the functional benefit is obviously awesome, but what I really like about it is that it adds to the aesthetic of the sneaker because you can see through the upper. So you can actually see the heel cage pulling the laces both on the medial and the lateral side if you look at the sneaker. Looks really cool. One thing that they did add that I really appreciated, because it was one of my complaints with the previous Vapormaxes, is this Tpu Heel Clip that you guys see here at the back. It gives better support to your heel, and like what I mentioned in my previous videos, I do have like a heel spur kind of thing, and this one definitely helps with the comfort. Now let's get to the styling. One of the things that's so different with the Vapormax 2019 when it came out is that they literally flooded the market with a lot of colorway options on the get-go. Before, you would only have like one or two, you'd be lucky with three. Now you have a bunch of colorways available at the very start, so you can already pick which is the one that talks to you the most. If you want something a little safe, a little sleek, you can go with this black and silver, black and gray colorway. If you want something that pops, you can go with the olive and orange, or you can go with the gold and black, or you can go with the white. So the best thing about styling this one is that you already have a lot of options at the very start. Apart from that, they also used a separate tongue for this sneaker instead of your typical sneaker wherein typical Vapormax wherein the tongue is non-existent, because it is a sock type of sneaker. So you can style it differently. You can move it forward because the tongue is a bit big and loud, especially with the silver badge over here at the top. So there are different ways of being able to style it. If you want to use it for like streetwear, techwear, or whatever it is, that at least you have a lot more options when it comes to the Vapormax 2019. What about comfort? For me, when it comes to on-feet experience, this is probably the most comfortable one, next only to the Vapormax Premier Flyknit. For me, that's one of the most comfortable Vapormaxes that you guys can have on your feet, but this one is a close second. Thanks mostly to the revised upper that they used and the Tpu. I don't know what material they put. It's very similar to what they use with the Premier Flyknit. There's some sort of like in between between the air bubble and your feet. I think it's a very thin foam type of material, which reduces the hardness of the plastic jutting upwards on at the bottom of your feet. When it comes to sizing, I went true to size on the Vapormax 2019. With previous models, I would have to go like half a size up or even go full size up. But this one, it fit really well with just half size up. But please do take note that I do have wide feet, so if you have narrow feet, true to size might just go well with you. But you know what? Fitting is not the problem because there are a lot of Vapormax 2019s in different colorways just sitting on shelves. So just go to a store, try true to size, and then try going half a size down until you find the right fit. Now, the two problems I have with the Vapormax. Number one is the pricing. This one sells for 9,800 pesos or a little less than $200 here in the Philippines, making it very pricey, very expensive compared to a lot of other sneakers that you guys can pick up in the market. Now, apart from the pricing, another issue that I have is the squeaky noise that this still makes every time you walk on certain types of pavements, which is something that they haven't solved yet, that they haven't figured out yet, which I would love for Nike to be able to fix in another version of this Vapormax in the coming months or years ahead. In closing, what is my recommendation? Like what I said earlier, this is the easiest Vapormax to love and the easiest Vapormax to recommend. If you've always been on the fence, now is the time to try it on. Now is the time to satisfy that curiosity that you've always had with the Vapormax and just try it. You know, trying is for free. You just have to go to the store, put it on feet, give it a few, like steps, and jump a little bit, run a little bit, so you guys can get the feel for the shoe if it's something that you would find, great for your feet and great overall sneaker experience. Now, if you've always hated the Vapormax, I don't think this will change your mind. You will still hate it. It's not something that will totally reverse like people who really don't like the aesthetic or don't like what this particular sneaker stands for. Great news, you have a lot of options. You can wait for the Air Max 720, you can go with the 270, you can go with all the other air-enabled sneakers available from Nike. If you're already a fan of the Vapormax and you already have like a bunch of Vapormax sneakers, I would recommend that you guys just pass, mainly because you already have Vapormaxes, and it would be great for you to explore and try other shoes that are coming out in the market this year. Again, I mentioned the 720. That's something that you guys might want to experience, or a lot of the other sneakers coming our way this year. Because while there are upgrades, especially to the upper, it is not to the point where it would invalidate the previous Vapormaxes that you guys wore in the past. In short, this is kind of like the iPhone 10s and you already have the iPhone 10. Also, now that we're seeing it mass-produced on a way different level than before, you probably will see a lot of Vapormaxes in outlets in the coming months ahead. So patience is key. And that's actually it, guys, for our review of the Nike Vapormax 2019. If you guys haven't seen my reviews of other Vapormaxes yet, I will put a link down below. I will put it also pinned in the comments section so you guys can watch them and binge watch them. One of the most two of my favorite Vapormaxes that I reviewed in the last few months. One is the Premier Flyknit, which I still think is the best Vapormax to date. And the second one, of course, is the Off-White Vapormax OG that we have somewhere there at the back. You can find both links down below. I hope you guys all had an excellent week, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. That's it for now. Peace, God bless, what's up, boom.